1, 2, 3. ISPW Weekly is going live. We'll be waiting for you.
Previously on ISPW Weekly.
So, ladies and gentlemen, fans of ISPW Weekly, fans of Ray Calici, whether you love me or you hate me, and I took a cheap shot, I don't care, because you are looking now at the new channel.
Wow.
Look at that.
That is you personified. I love it.
Look at that beauty. Look at those plates. Look at that name right there. Look at that. Look at that. Look,
Stunning.
Look. Hey,
No.
hey, look at that. Oh.
And this guy right here, a doctor of what? We'll find out. But he is a general manager for this Friday night.
Eric Corvus of the New Reality may have had his tires slashed this evening. Recon has to fight the shot callers all by himself.
I don't think so. You are going to be his tag team partner. Oh yeah, big boy.
This egghead right here, he seems to put his face in the middle of things because he's the acting GM of ISPW.
I haven't seen that man in the better part of, 2 months. I don't know how he's still GM. I don't know how he's running the show. I don't know if he's making phone calls, sending text message, sending emails, sending smoke signals. I have no idea what Rob Williams is doing. I don't know where he's at. I have no idea.
And I don't care.
I can do about it.
Stop. Leo Sparrow? Really? Get out of here, Esmeralda, whatever your name is. This couldn't be the worst week for Toto with Tom in ISPW history. And I think for all fans in ISPW. After the downfall in Delanco, where we saw the New Reality become tag team champions again, we also saw the Dominican Destroyer Vargas become heavyweight champion. And I am confused as to what's going on in ISPW with the latest shenanigans from General Manager Rob Williams. Now, look, I'm not going over it right now, okay? I've got a lot of bigger things to worry about. If you want to know what Rob said, all you have to do is go to the ISPW Facebook page and hear it. You can also hear the Renaissance man, Lawyer Lee, and he gives his side of the story, which I 1,000% agree with. Now, to finally make things impossibly worse this week, yes, Esmeralda, they are worse. This weekend, I saw a match announced for March 13th in Hackettstown, New Jersey. I have not had much sleep since I saw it. I think it's a joke. I don't think it's happening. But Rob Williams told me that I have to have the New Reality on this week's episode. So I'm bringing on the Matt Mechanic, Eric Corvus, right now.
Hi, Tom. How
So,
you
Eric,
doing, buddy?
You're going to tell me right now that this is a joke and it's a con to Toto with Tom. That's the only thing I can think of. This is a con to Toto with Tom.
Tom, I think we're a little past pleasantries and jokes at this point. Don't you think?
No,
How
what?
long did you think you were going to be able to get away with being a thorn in the New Reality side before you had to deal with a word I don't know if you're necessarily familiar with? It's called a repercussion. How long did you think that you were going to make our lives a living hell before it came back and bit you in the ass?
Well, wait a second. You told me you needed new tires anyway. I was just helping along the situation.
So not only did you just admit on air to vandalism, but I also have you on my ring cam with a blade in your hands, slashing my tires. So, I mean, I could, in theory, take you to court. I could, in theory, sue you. I could have your job here in ISPW completely thrown out, your contract ripped up, and we would never have to see you again. Would you rather those things, or would you rather the idea that we all came up with?
Well, I'll let you explain what your idea is, but I just want you to remember one thing, Mr. Corvus.
Okay.
I want you to remember when you and I were back in Okinawa last year and what happened with that geisha girl, and I saved your butt with her, okay? So just remember, I have that over you.
Yeah, and back then, Tom, we were a team. We were friends. We were best friends. We shared holidays together. That's why I still can't wrap my head around what made you think it was a good idea to turn on Rick Recon and myself. I'm still trying to, because honestly, Tom, look at the mistakes that I have made and I was forgiven. Look at the mistakes that Rick Recon had made and he was forgiven. If you sat down with us and said you just got a little heated and you let your aggression get the better of you and you sincerely apologize to us, odds are we would have forgiven you, Tom. But you know what? You didn't do that. And we could have just cleaned our hands of one another. But what happened on December 27th during our match against Sent to Slaughter, huh? You had to come down. You had to distract Rick Recon. And I could have blown up. I could have got really upset that Rick Recon took his eye off the ball. But I put myself in his shoes. And if we were facing the other way, and I was the one that seen you trying to get involved, I may have done the exact same thing. And Tom, it could have even just ended there. We could have been done with it.
Well, I'm going to interrupt you right here because Rob Williams wants me to bring on Rick Recon, and he's also here this week. So let's bring him on to the stage.
Oh, there he is. There he is. I was just giving him a little trip down memory lane, Rick.
Yeah,
Finding
memory lane. Memory lane. Usually memory lane is supposed to be good things, good memories, good times, things that you can laugh about in your golden years. This is not memory lane. This is just cut after cut, scar after scar, screw job after screw job. That's all this is.
All right, I'm going to
no, Tom.
I was going to show the events that happened after the match so that all the listeners can see what happened.
We'll get there.
Okay.
We'll get there. But after doing a little bit of digging, I found out towards the end of our run as a trio together, you were the one that was preventing us from getting our tag team title rematch against the Shot Callers. You were the one preventing that from happening.
That's right.
After what you did in our match against Sent to Slaughter and me bringing that information to Rob Williams, yes, he gave us a tag team title rematch against the Shot Callers. And I wake up, I go to work, I get home, I'm getting all situated. I go out, all 4 of my tires are slashed. Every single one of them. And I'm sure that you thought in that moment you had our number. You figured it out, Tom. Like I don't know anyone else in the world with a car. Like I don't have a girlfriend with a car. Now, granted, I didn't get there on time, but I still got there, Tom. I still got there. So you want to show them what happened? You want to show them what happened in Delanco? Please, by all means.
All right. Here's what happened. For those of you that didn't pick it up,
take it away.
For those of you that didn't pick it up at the beginning of the show, another GM took over last Friday night in Delanco, and he made the match where I had a tag team with Rick Recon against the Shot Callers, who were the ISPW Tag Team Champions. And this is what happened at the end of the match.
Oh, what a beautiful sight that was. What a beautiful sight that was. That was, talk about the Ex Machina coming in like right at the you couldn't ask for that. That was like Avengers. The end of Avengers. They all came in. Avengers Assemble. I was like, man, I was getting my ass kicked. It was 2-on-1 handicap. Because
Well, I did some work.
Tom, you don't
I
count.
did some work.
You did some work. You got kicked in the face. I'm surprised you have a face left. I really do. I'm surprised you have a face left. I'm surprised you have teeth still.
I'm disappointed.
You didn't do
I'm disappointed. I missed that.
I fended off two of them. Two of them, and I was getting my ass kicked. But I survived, and Eric made this fucking save, and he did it. So you know what? And we're two-time tag team champions.
So
No thanks
Rick,
to you.
Let me plead something to you for a second here. I asked Eric, and Eric is not cooperating. This is a joke.
I'm gonna cooperate?
Wait, this is a joke, right? What's happening on March 13th? And for the viewers that don't know, somehow, some way, and I'm actually going to let you guys say it because I don't still believe it. Let me hear what happened. How did this happen, Eric?
Tom, I will tell you exactly what happened. I had to drive 90 miles an hour in the rain to get to that show just in time for us to win those tag team titles. Just in time to punch you in the face. How did that feel, by the way, Tom? How'd that feel? So we make our way to the back. Rob Williams isn't there. I go straight to Tommy Fierro. Rick and I walk up to him with our newly won tag team titles, and we lay it all out for him. We show him the proof. I have the video of you slashing my tires. You're on camera admitting it. Admitting it. And Tom,
Live
at Delanco,
admitting, you can't even edit it.
At Delanco, you were an active professional wrestler. You crossed the line, Tom, from manager to performer. And that's when the light bulb went off in my head. I could have sued you. I could have sued ISPW for putting me in that position. I could have done all these things, but that's not what I'm about. I promised Rick that we would get our hands on you, but we would do it on our terms. And I said, Tommy, it's all water under the bridge if you can give us one thing. Let us get our hands on Totowa Tom.
No, that's not happening. No, I refuse.
No.
This is ridiculous. Why would you even talk to Tommy Fierro about that?
Because
Rob Williams wasn't there.
You know what? If it's not being handled by anybody else, you go to the top. I go straight to the top. I don't play that anymore. You need to pay for your sins, Tom. You screwed me out of the Tri-State title. You screwed us out of the Tag Team Championships. You always try to meddle with everything, and you need to pay. There will always be retribution. There will always be consequences for your stupidity, and it's going to happen now. That's how it's going to happen. And a huge show. I couldn't think of a better place. Hackettstown. Tremendous show. Huge show. Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle is going to watch you get your ass handed to you by a real professional wrestler.
Oh, poor Toto Tom. See,
Sweating. You
Toto
see it.
Tom,
You see it. You see him sweating. You see the steam coming off of his head.
this is what redemption looks like. This is what retribution looks like. You see, Toto Tom, you backed yourself into a corner. You bit off way more than you can chew, and now you have to deal with the consequences. So officially, it was made that day. Tommy Fierro gave us the green light on March 13th at Hackettstown. It will be Rick Recon against Totowa Tom. Want to know why? Want to know why, Tom?
I don't care
Because
at this point.
I know that Rick has had such a hard time keeping that anger and aggression down. Now it's time to let it out. All
Course,
of this telling him to
course.
keep calm, not to let his anger get the better of him. On March 13th, he is 100% permitted to unload on you. Months and months of anger and frustration built up. The only mistake that I made when Tommy asked us, "Are you guys sure you want to do this?" I said, "Hell yeah." Either one of us could put Dom down with one hand tied behind our back. And I may have been joking, but Tommy took it seriously. And that doesn't change anything about the situation, Tom. Rick Recon could do it with both hands tied behind his back. He could do it on his ass sitting down. He could take care of you. That's how confident I am in Rick Recon's ability. At this
Sure,
point,
and
it's
you're
not
going to be
even wrestling
ringside.
ability.
And you're going to
Huh?
be ringside watching it. You're going to
Of
sit there and you're
course.
going to watch that beating.
Of course, I want a front row. I want a front row seat. I want a whole big thing of popcorn so I could watch. Do you really think that I need to get involved in it, Tom? Do you
Rick,
think Rick Recon needs my help?
Rick, I don't need Eric Corvus ringside.
You know what? He said that everybody he's gonna want a front row seat to that. I'm gonna tell you right now, everybody wants a front row seat to watch you
Am I
treat
going to
the
have to go over
insults.
your head? Am I going to have to go to Lawyer Lee?
Really, you're really gonna be that much of a coward. You're really gonna go the lawyer route. You're really gonna go this whatever you're
No,
gonna do.
no,
You know
no,
what?
no.
Yeah, no,
I'm doing the match.
I see you for
I'm
what you
doing the
are. See,
match, but I do
I've
not
seen this
want Eric
before.
Corvus there.
You don't want Eric Corvus there because that's gonna make no offense, Eric, but that's gonna make such a difference. He's gonna stand there, sit there on those steps, and watch you get crushed. And probably, but I'm saying right now, you're gonna be put in the hospital. And I apologize. And I'm not apologizing to you. I apologize to your wife because she's gonna have to take care of your crippled invalid ass after this.
Tom, let me ask you an honest question. Take a deep breath, relax for a second. Let me ask you this.
Do I look relaxed?
Rick Recon's going to have his hand tied behind his back. He's only going to have one hand to punish you with. Would it really bother you that much for me to be ringside? Do you really think that I would get involved?
Hold on, I'm taking my blood pressure.
Are you kidding me?
No.
He's
Rick,
probably
at
hitting.
this point, is he
He's
even going to
probably
be
hitting a
able to pass?
180 right now,
Is he
easily.
even going to be able to pass a physical
Not,
to get greenlit for this match?
not in New York, he won't. But good thing this is in the
Hold on.
wild west of New Jersey,
This is
where
one step. Oh
everything
my,
goes.
this is you're
Hey, Tom,
This is what
I'm giving you
179
2 months. I'm
over
giving you
50.
2 months to get your ass in shape, to do
2 months.
something to prepare for this.
Kurt Angle's
Two
going to
Tom.
help
months,
me.
Tom, you
better
know
than
what?
nothing. Do it.
You know what? You don't deserve this. You don't deserve this. But I, right now, give you my word, I will not be at ringside for Rick. I won't even come to the show.
Okay.
I'm going to leave it all up to Rick to take care of you however he sees fit. And you might look at that as a benefit. But Tom, remember, at this point, I am the only man who knows how to calm down Rick Recon. I am the only man who can get through to him when he's that angry. And you just took that piece off the table.
So you promised.
Any control that Rick would have had is gone if I'm not there. So fine. Fine. I won't come.
Rick,
I will not be there. You have my word.
you're agreeing to that, right, Rick?
I'll add it to the contract.
Yeah, I'm agreeing to that. Here's the thing. You're 1,000% right.
Thank you.
The leash is off. The chains are off. There's no limitations. There's no one to hold me back because this is not your typical type of match. This is I have a time to destroy you however I see fit. They won't stop it. You realize that, right? See, the problem now, Tom, is you are really entering into my domain. You think that you've been in it, but you haven't. You're going to step into that ring, and what it's going to be like is a patient lying on an operating table, helpless. As the doctor comes in, the surgeon comes in and slices and dices and dissects them piece by piece and then leaves them there, quivering, absolutely falling apart, and they can't scream. That's what it's going to be like. You screwed yourself, my friend. I would say a hell of a lot stronger, harsher words.
I've got 2
But
months.
ISPW is fairly family friendly, and I know I'm riding that edge on that.
I've got 2 months, and you have one hand tied behind your back, correct?
Yes, indeed, sir.
And I will not
Yes, indeed.
be there to calm him down. Tom, you
So
slapped
I have 2
you
months.
you slapped Rick Recon in the face.
Right.
You screwed us in our match against Sent to Slaughter. You slashed my tires and tried to screw us out of the tag team titles again. How long did you think you were going to get away with it, Tom, before we sicked the heavy metal hitman on you? You were going to regret every decision that you have made since turning your back on the new reality, Tom. And you want to know why nobody in that locker room is going to come out to help you? Why no fans are going to come out to help you? Because you made enemies of all of them. You have not one person in ISPW that has your back. You are screwed.
You burnt every bridge.
That is until I speak to Lawyer Lee.
Not only did you burn every single bridge, you threw all the accelerant you possibly could onto it. Every bit of gasoline and just blew it right up. You have nowhere to run anymore. And that's the problem. We gave that to you. We were the bridge. We were the ones that could say, "Here, come to us. We'll show you. We'll keep you safe. We'll show you the right way to do this." And you said, "Nah, I know better. Screw you guys. You're nothing."
Just remember one thing, guys.
Yes.
ISPW would not. Hold on. ISPW and you would not be where it is today without Toto and Tom. And do not underestimate what I can do inside and outside the ring. I thank you both for being on this show this evening, but I don't want to see you guys again until March 13th.
Oh, you're funny. Buddy,
Tom,
you know what? You know what? Let's pull it back a little bit. You wouldn't be in this business, period, if it wasn't for me. And you deep down, you know that. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You wouldn't be anywhere. You'd be on the other side of the guardrail, like you said where you should be. You said it yourself when we had the sit down. You said it yourself. But I said, nah, let him be over here. You know what? Maybe I was wrong. You would be nowhere without me, without Eric, without people like Tommy Fierro. You'd be nowhere. Just remember that. And when I push you out, don't be surprised if you don't ever come back.
We were the first
you
ones
guys
to
aren't
take
coming
a
back.
chance on you, Tom.
No.
We were the first ones. I was the first one, and Rick made you relevant because Rick is one of the most important wrestlers in ISPW history. So here, Tom, do me a favor. Do what you're good at. Beg, grovel, apologize. Say you're sorry. Say how much you're sorry to us and that you don't want Rick to beat you up. Come on, whine like the little baby we all know you are. Beg. Beg him. Or
Be that
take
little
the
weasel
next
you
2
are.
months to actually be a man. To actually prove to yourself that you can back up your words and actions instead of acting like the little weasel you are. You took a
Weasel.
punch. You took a punch from me, and you're here. You're still around. You can still see. You can still breathe. Come on,
Barely.
Tom.
My glasses broke later on that evening because I couldn't see where I was going.
Oh, well, maybe it's because maybe they fell off your face while you were slashing my tires.
I don't know.
You owe that man some money for them tires, man.
All right. So he said he was getting new ones anyway, Rick. You didn't hear that story. But look, I've had you guys on far long enough this evening. I'm going to ask you guys to please leave and not show your faces on this show again until after March 13th when
When what?
I
When we have to take
what?
over the
When
show
what? There
because
is
you're
no
not
more
able to do it
show
anymore?
because you're in a coma? Sure.
let me get
Sure.
back to you on that. Let me get back to you on that. But I
Oh,
don't want to
well,
see you guys until March 13th. I don't even want to see you, Eric, and you promise you're not going to be there March 13th.
See, unlike you, I'm a man of my word. Rick doesn't need me.
Fans, I'm not going to go over this card yet because it was just announced this weekend, but it is Friday the 13th in March in Hackettstown. It's a yearly event that we have, which draws a lot of fans. And this year, the headliner is Kurt Angle. And one of the matches will be yours truly for now. I have to speak to Lawyer Lee and make sure that this is actually something that's going to happen. Right now, it's Toto with Tom against Rick Recon with one hand tied behind his back. And there's a whole slew of other matches that we will go over in the upcoming weeks. As a matter of fact, you guys may not even be showing up as tag team champions much longer because I heard word that you'll be taking on the Silk City Kings February 28th in Clifton. I'll let you guys talk about that because I am a broadcast journalist first.
Listen, we just got these tag team titles back, and Rick and myself have shared the ring with Bulldog Pittman and Kenny Bengal in our own lanes in other places. So we know exactly what they're capable of. They are great athletes, they are great competitors. But Rick and I plan on going on the tag team title run of our lives. A run that we weren't able to do before because Total with Tom prevented it from happening. The dead weight
Ball and chain.
is cut. The dead weight is cut, and Total with Tom is Old Yeller, and Rick Recon has to take him back to the shed and put him down. But Silk
Yeah,
City
except
Kings,
it's not gonna be in private behind the woodshed where nobody can see. Everyone's gonna see. It's gonna be wide out in public for everybody to see. Believe me. I'm telling you right now. This is there. You think that house is packed now? Man, once this gets out, that place, that was standing room only to watch you get screwed. I'm not good with keeping my language in, buddy. I'm not good with it.
listen, we got the Silk City Kings coming up. We got the Stepdads coming up. We're going to be preparing for that. And we are going to go on the tag team run of a lifetime. I promise you
Oh
that.
yeah, let's make some records, man. Let's do it.